everybody out there. Welcome back to another episode of the Project WEBTOON's podcast, episode 13, and we're in it to get it. Woo! How you boys doing out there? Surviving. Keeping busy. And I can definitely agree to that. It has been a harsh week. And I think our other homeboy might have had another error problem. No, he might be back. Are you real?
Oh, okay.
You live? Yep. Oh man. Hey, well, good to see that you made it through. Yeah.
Oh, we started?
Yes, we did.
Oh, I blame Xfinity.
Can you?
Xfinity's going through something, man.
It's having trouble and pains right now. That's why. It's because all of this is coming together and it can't handle that. It's all right. It's all right though. But hey, let's go ahead and let's get it started in with your host, your boy, the Sleepy, and of course down there with me.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Seraph here.
This is our Dragoon apparently experiencing technical problems.
So chances are,
yeah, just in case.
So chances are we'll like throw up a nice little screen cap every time he just disappears on us. Just please excuse what's going on over there.
Or do I just like freeze on the screen?
You freeze on the screen, but if you're gone long enough, it'll disconnect you.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah,
because you guys freeze on my screen, and I was like, I didn't realize anything yet, but okay.
It's all right. It's all right. No, I just did basically basic introductions right now, just saying hi to all the people out there, all the fans, and getting ready to start up. And then all of a sudden, I just saw you just, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess this is happening. It's all right. We'll work through it. But yeah, we got enough of a whole lot to talk about this week. Since we weren't even really off. We actually got a lot of chapters coming out through, just thinking about it, for 2 weeks. We actually got 2 chapters of Legendary that actually came out. We got multiple chapters. We just got finished reading 2 chapters at the last second for My Wife is a Demon Queen. We got some good chapters from Peerless Dad. Whew, that's getting intense. And we picked up a whole bunch of new stuff as well. So there is so much to go through for this episode. So I am ready and down to get into talking. Are y'all ready?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
As long as I don't freeze out again, I guess we should be fine.
Don't worry. I'll overdub, so we'll just have you we'll have you do some like quick like a quick word or something, and you'll just like talk, and we'll just hold off on that. It'll be okay. We'll figure it out. But let's get it in so that we can try and get through it before this keeps happening up. But I'm actually gonna say let's start off on Demonic Master for our first go around with our homeboy. Jin-Ho. We are out of that military. We are back in regular civilized society, and we are instantly pulled back into that crazy bullshit world that he likes to pull people into. Yeah.
The overprotective brother for I don't know where this kind of comes from, but I guess sure, super overprotective brother.
I mean, if you do, is it hard to be an overprotective brother when you lived an entire life?
Too.
Oh, come on, that's always a dad. But
yeah, no.
But it makes sense. Would you not be an overprotective brother coming from a life previously in which your entire family died? Just saying. You might have. You might do it too.
I would be a protective brother if I came from.
It's all right. We all know. We all know that Ark acts like that, but we all know that he secretly would love us more if we just died and then came back.
Because he would. That's not how it works.
That would work.
So
because see, you'd be super mad.
That's more.
See, he would be super mad, and he would make sure it wouldn't happen again because he would want to go first. See?
He would want to go first.
He'd be super mad at us. He'd be like, no.
Right.
No, I'm going first, not you.
See? I'm not. I know how this works. It's all right.
We'll find out. If you see on the news that I died in a car crash, don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We'll
Man, Jimmy, I hate people who can raise flags. That'd be so bad.
Oh, God.
I'm already raising the death flag, boys. Let's go.
Jimmy, are you trying to be the main character in our incel law? This is not how this works. Well, you did get hit on, so it makes sense, and you were on the cast when it happened, so it's possible. But anyway, back to our chapter. Yeah, so what we were talking about there with Homeboy getting, you know, a little bit overprotective, his little sister is now the rising idol star in the land that's going on.
The idol world that's going on.
In the idol world that's going on, which I guess is apparently just really easy to kind of do. She finished school and she decided she wants to be an idol, and you could
no, but she's also getting help from
she's getting help from.
She's getting help from the secretary, you know, of the, you know, big head honcho of the company.
Yes. Who also seems to have an overprotective brother complex too, as we later come on in the chapter.
Secretary's definitely.
No. I think he's more like the what's his name from Metalocalypse, where he's like, no, I protect my bread and butter.
Metalocalypse. Which one? Which one's?
Alfinson, right? He's the manager for Metalocalypse.
Okay. I know who you're talking about now. Their manager. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's who I feel like the secretary is more like. He's like, no,
I can
protect my bread and butter.
Okay, I can see it. But so the reason that we get into the overprotective talk is because Homegirl is, well, for one, it starts off with her in the middle of her concert, and Jinho shows up and basically gives her the murder stare that she's gonna get off that stage and come home right now. And
she knows that she's gonna be in big trouble. She doesn't listen.
Yes. So she gracefully does this, and of course, you know, the internet blows up right away with, who the hell is that? Is that her boyfriend? And then he quickly clears the air that, no, this is my little sister. I'm her big brother. We're gonna handle this like a family matter. And it's found out that like another idol from some it's not a music group but like a music show is seen with her, and basically
the guy from The Voice.
Yeah, okay, basically. But
he walked up to her and they were talking.
He just talked to her.
He took a picture of them, and all of a sudden
I made that again. It's great.
No, yeah. But yeah. So it's all right. This is where we put in that disclaimer. It's okay. It's all right.
Huh?
I don't know what we missed.
Nothing. We literally just said.
We're literally just started to it. So
they're apparently dating because somebody took a photo of them together. And
Jinho
and his dad just gets uberly upset, and Jinho calls the secretary. The secretary goes straight to the CEO office of The Voice and is like, "So what's up? We about to have this talk or what? What's up?"
Not the throw hands kind of smoke, but the I can destroy your entire company kind of smoke.
I can destroy your whole career right now. What's up?
I like that he does do the whole bit where he's just like, I need to borrow the company's money to protect someone. He's like, do you like your job? And then he just changes up, I need to borrow the company's money to protect Jinho. Oh, well, that's all you had to say. I'm just like.
When the CEO approves of a stranger, quote unquote, acquaintance, more so than your own secretary. It's that serious, dog. Like, I get that Jinho saved his whole life, you know.
This is true. I mean, yeah, he owes him an overgreat debt, but at the same time, you know, all that his assets and all that his family is, you know, he has to protect. So it makes sense that he would allow to go out a little bit more to protect, make sure everyone stays safe. But with his little sister's reputation basically getting tarnished, and you know, him having the secretary fix it to make sure she can continue to be an idol. But now with stipulations, because it starts off with now the parents getting involved, which I do always love when the parents come in because they're so randomly shown, but they trick both of them basically to work in their shop. Dude,
that's fucking absolutely funny as hell. Oh, we got openings at the restaurant. You're both working. You guys have zero say in it. You guys are grown adults. You have no say.
So I was gonna ask Ark, how close to real life is that? Just your parents are like, oh, you ain't got no time. You got time on your hand and you don't have anything to do? Why don't you come work for us real quick?
I can tell you how accurate that is.
Yeah, that's so fucking accurate.
Does it make you just...
Ark, you there?
He was starting to talk, and then he bleeped out.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun with
right
this.
now, it is accurate. My mom realized I had a bunch of free time on my hands, and she had me go work at the restaurant she was working at because they had an opening for a waiter. So for like my in high school during summer, I was like 17, junior year. I went to go work at a restaurant at 17 years old to be a waiter. Because my mom said, "Hey, you ain't got nothing going on. You coming with me?" I'm like, "All right." You know what I mean?
I mean, mom's laid down.
Shit to do. No, you don't.
No, you don't. I'm trying to be.
You thought you had shit to do.
I'm trying to be an idol, and who gives a crap about that? I'm trying to pay these bills. Get your ass in the kitchen. Oh, yeah, so that was just funny to see that happen for both of them. Even for Junho, who's like just got out of the military. It's like, oh, you're good. You ain't got no job. You got no prospects yet to go anywhere. Why don't you come over?
Friday, you ain't got no job.
There it is.
To do.
There it is. Bring it full circle.
Friday crow, boy.
Bring it full circle like that. But that end panel though, where it goes all the way through, and then we get because we already got the last one where we know that when he was in the military just before it ended, we know that the association was watching him. Mm-hmm. But now this panel, after the very end of the last chapter, we see the one dude he beat up in the woods sees him on TV.
Well, the one who pledged his allegiance to Junho. So
was that the one who pledged his allegiance?
Yeah, the one who he did beat up in the woods because he was fighting. The
old man.
The old man who had a cell phone, who looked like the spirit of the mountain.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was him because he was bald on the top. I was like, that can't be him. He didn't have a hat.
You know, we'll find out. We'll just wait a chapter. We'll find out. It's someone who we knows that he's a martial artist, and he's like, oh hey, I recognize him. It could be a couple of other people. It's who knows.
It could, but
it looks just like that old man.
Okay, because I swear I thought it was. I swear I thought it was the dude that like was tracking him in the woods first, and then he beat up and got rid of. I figured it was him.
A young lad. That was a young lad.
No. So there was the first one was a tracker who was following him around. He beat him up and just left him there. And then after that dude went back and he I don't know if he told them, but that's when the gang member, the one younger dude, and then the sniper guy and the heavy dude came to the cabin and attacked them there. So he had two people. He had one guy and then a group of people show up to take him on in the woods. And I thought this was and I thought this was that tracker again. I was like, oh, the tracker's on him. Okay, so now he's gonna tell some of the other members of the association about it because he figured he didn't see him anymore. So, but yeah. So next chapter, I'm gonna guess that we're gonna get a wholesome chapter of at least a couple of panels of him working, trying to work a normal job.
I wonder if, like, the next chapter, he's gonna be working at the normal job at the restaurant, and then the girl who fell for him shows up.
Oh, you think she's gonna show up?
Maybe.
I mean, we went through that. We went through that whole chapter of them like.
In a while.
This is true, like, but she's a friend now. You know, she supposedly got over that because he was not gonna see her as a potential like dating candidate.
Here, your boy comes back home from the military. You know, you would want to see him, right?
I guess it's true. Yeah, I mean, you would want to see your friends, so it makes sense. But yeah, so I'm either expecting just a nice wholesome chapter with them in the coffee shop, and then him either being super serious about taking orders, or him just being like the next level kind of worker, where he's just faster, more efficient about it than any of the other workers. I could see it like going either one way.
We take it a step up a notch and have the Returners Association of the fighters
now
show up at the restaurant.
That was a secret hidden that I think might occur, but I don't know. I don't want to just kind of throw them in there.
Take it a step further for the story, so
yeah,
you know more of the association that's going on. Like, we get it that they're a bunch of returners. They run something around underground things, but like, you know, getting to see them and then having them be like, you gotta probably come with us, and then like because he's at his father's restaurant, he can't really break out a whole fight in there.
No, he's not going to want to, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that'd be a tight development.
It would be It'd be nice if we even just saw a new returner rather than just the old man. Yeah, it would be great if we saw some other returners, like that. There's others just around the town too. So
the Kings, I need to see him, man.
Yeah. Just
no, we can't have that many returners, because once we have that, then like questions gets raised as to like, wait, how come no one noticed these people before? All right.
Well, we already know that there are at least a few returners.
It'd be like, I don't want it to be like, end up being like the world of John Wick, where you look around, you're like, wait, everyone's a fucking assassin?
Wait, no, I want it to be like the world of John Wick, because that whole world is hidden. That's awesome, and you know it.
That makes even less sense. Really.
It makes perfect sense. It makes
one is filled with assassins, and you're like, how did people just not recognize this? I'm sorry.
Who's people? No one else noticed. And see, I got rid of him because of that. See, he just got taken out by the assassins because he was talking shit. That's exactly what will happen. But yeah, just hey, who cares? Massive war is coming probably soon. We don't know, but
man versus like a whole army of fucking of returners. Like we still don't know the power of the hierarchy for that.
We don't know who the strongest of the strongest is. We know one strong
right
candidate.
Now we just see two incredibly strong guys, the Red King and Jin-Ho.
We don't know what Top Hat can do.
we haven't seen Top Hat's abilities. We haven't seen any of the other kings. We haven't seen any other people who are like top-notch elites. Like
True.
We thought we saw top-notch elites when we saw the dude's footwork, and then he just got bodied by Jin-Ho.
he just needed to pray and meditate a little bit, and then all of a sudden it came to him, and he was like, "I'm gonna whoop your ass," and that's all that had to happen. It's all good. But yeah, so no, that was I liked those chapters. I liked how those were going out. But we can keep moving on here so we can get to the next one, because since we're talking about fights going on. What's up?
What do you got? No, wait. What are we talking about next?
We were gonna move on to the next one. Did you have something else you wanted to say?
No, I was just asking, what are we moving on to?
Well, we're just about to transition over into My Wife is a Demon Queen.
All right, you guys talk about that. I'll be right back.
Got it.
Fix this real quick.
All right, so with My Wife is a Demon Queen, which we got
a good chunk of
five chapters, because we got two more just a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, so
Saphias. I think that's his name.
Saphias? Saphias? That's what I call him.
Something like that. He was about to fight one of the pillars, one of the 12 generals.
Yes.
And we just see fucking the main character, Xiang Ye, just in a helicopter, fucking shooting turrets at fucking things. And I'm just like, bruh.
Hey, you got to bring some of that 21st century to the lowly people,
And it's crazy because we get to see more of Saphias's abilities.
We finally get to see his abilities.
We get to finally see it, him fight out, and he's pretty fucking good.
It makes reason why he's the second general to the whole kingdom. Yeah, he proves the reason why he is as strong as he is, and we definitely get to see why the other generals, at least of the demon army, fear him very much so. Because it very much seems like, I always figured like the way that they've kind of explained and shown off some of their abilities, that everyone's got kind of an affinity or an efficiency that they're really, really good at, and that's kind of where they stick. For him, it seems like he's kind of scaled all the way across the board, because he
swordsmanship, magic, he's good at charisma. He's very charismatic. He's like all over.
I was wondering how he was going to start off. I figured like Shinya made a device for him or something. Just like, I got to step out of this plane, which is at a high altitude, to go fight these flying like stingrays in the sky, and he just has an air ability. He just jumps out there and challenges the pillar. Yes, yeah, basically.
CP9 moonwalk, and
yeah,
picked it up.
Basically, and he gets out there and challenges one of the pillars, and first he tries to diplomatically talk to them by telling them that they have an alliance, they're not enemies, that they need to that they need to just let them pass because they're fulfilling a contract with the Dwarven Kingdom. And basically that just breaks down because, as you know, they just wanted to fight him as it is. Of course. And
they won't let that slide. You gotta fight, man.
Very much so. But he just wastes a bunch of the minions and grunts around him. And when he gets to the pillar, he's like, oh, well, yeah. He's like, I can see why you would be so strong. And the whole dialogue. And then he's, when he sees Jinyi in the plane, like, starting to take hits, and he's like, I need to get back. And he just pulls out this I think it was called air sword, but it was like a full body armor knight.
Yeah, it was the air slash.
Yeah, air slash.
And then fucking like you see the pillar, one of the 12 pillars, he pulls out a bunch of tentacles and just fucking starts to mash on the fuking helicopter.
I mean, that boy.
I thought that was cool.
I mean, that boy basically had to go Bankai on that whole thing. Like he tanked
all out.
He tanked that hit, but he had to pull out all the stops if he wanted to do something. So he basically goes, you're distracted, and just attacks the plane straight up. And you just see like, oh god, I don't know if I can describe it properly. Have you played? I don't know if you played Street Fighter 4 or not. Okay, Abel. Do you know his special move where he just like pulls his hand over his face and then his eyes just go clear? It looked like Sephiroth was doing that. Like he was just like, oh, this is it. I'm done. And he just turns on that dude so hard. I was like, oh.
0 to 100 real fast.
Oh yeah, just Mob Psycho, just all the way. Question mark, straight up. I was like, oh, this dude is done. This dude is straight done.
Oh god, but then like when you see them all bust out with their like, their eagles and shit, their fucking owls, and
they all
fucking pull out some fucking dumpling skin and rob.
Hey, these are all MCs in their rights, so they all have classic ways to get out of this bad situation.
That was pretty tight because his hair caught on fire. He started to fly around.
Yeah, he basically pulled out his firebender skills and just flew away. But each one of them like made it out of the ship pretty easily, except it seems so for some reason, Zhang Yi wasn't prepared or didn't have something prepared, so he had to get Princess rescued real quick. Welcome back.
No, it's because he had just the regular pen.
Yeah.
He had nothing to write on. So, what did he make when they were fighting the sand demons?
He made the floor.
He made a floor.
Fucking genius, dude.
Now let's hope I don't DC again.
We'll see. No promises. No promises at all. But yeah, so I know that everyone made it to the ground. It looks like they're all split up entirely. I know Zhang Yi is with YB right now. Eli is with, I cannot remember the one teacher's name. I think she's from the clothing school. And the chef looked like he was about alone. And
no, Chef was with Milo, I think.
Okay, he was with Mila. And who was Teacher Martin with? Because he was talking to somebody. I cannot remember. He was because he was looking for YB and Zhang Yi, and I think he was talking to somebody. It might have been the cat dude. He might have been with them. But everyone's split up now, so now we have the whole split the party D&D problem here. So, and like you said, it ends with them with YB and Zhang Yi in the desert, and YB makes that comment of something's here and we need to move, and Zhang Yi's like, okay, let's head towards the moving city, which once again, I didn't remember picking up in any of the previous chapters, but I guess the Dwarven city is a giant walking mech city.
I guess.
It would make sense for dwarves since all they do is build, so...
At the same time, kind of wild.
It is kind of wild. I wonder if
see Howl's moving castle for no apparent reason.
Well, exactly. that or what is it? Mortal engines. They just eat other cities to become stronger. Not sure which one, but yeah, they start making their way. And as you made that comment, that they get ambushed by these sand crawler things that just shoot out of the ground and blow darts at them. And Zhang Yi just acted like a complete fucking fool right there, just straight up like a fool. decides like at the last second after he sees their pattern, Mario Brothers style, and goes, all right, I got a plan, and draws a floor to just stop them. I'm just like, really? That's it? Okay.
I mean, it's probably the smartest play.
Occam's razor. The simplest shit is always sometimes the best.
Exactly.
So we got a split party right now. I don't know if the next chapters. Well, Sephiroth, I think, is still doing Battle in the Sky. The rest of the party is completely broken up, and they're headed towards the Dwarven Kingdom. So,
and we also got Homegirl, Regent's daughter, show up on the table.
Yes, that one. I was gonna think of that. I was gonna bring that up too. The Regent's daughter, once again, still doing reconnaissance in the background, always, regardless of where they're going.
Showed up this time, like right in front of them, was like, "We gotta keep going."
Yep. And I love when like Martin even sees her. He's like, "Aren't you the Regent's daughter?" He's like, "Not important right now. Get moving." And I went, "Okay."
Yeah, I feel like that's the only other important piece in this story that happened in like what 4 chapters? Because it's all fight scenes, right? So, oh hey, like the Regent's daughter's here. Yeah, we know she was, but how did she hide from everything up till now? Right?
How far back did she have to hang, bro?
I mean, they're in a world of magic. I'm sure Harry Potter just loans her his cloak of invisibility. No one can see me. What's the problem? It's all good. It's all good. Either way. Either way. I mean, we know she's there. We know she's in the background. We know that she'll like provide some support if they get in that bad of a situation. So, I mean, at least it's good to know we have that, not a walking MacGuffin around, but like, that Deus Ex if we need it. But now with the way the chapters ended, 2 chapters, and the whole party is split up, what do we see happening for our next coming one? Is it just going to be, you think, one-off chapters for each one of them, like what they're doing till they meet up again, or do you think we'll just get 1 or 2 solid chapters?
Pretty well for the one-off chapters of talking about the other characters.
Yeah.
Like in the dungeon.
In the dungeon, we had a breakup.
We had a breakup between the two at all times,
mm-hmm.
and it was always within the same exact time frame.
Yeah. So
we might be getting that.
So we'll just have like parallel stories running along with each other for a while.
Probably.
Yeah, for probably like 4, maybe 5 chapters.
Which is nice because it means we get to see some character development of the other characters potentially. We'll get more focus on that.
No. This is for love development because they're both together again by themselves.
Oh, it's all right. Eli will.
With the girl, you know, or at least the girl. The girl is with her man's. Eli.
I mean, Eli's not really throwing it out right there for that anyway, but still,
I'm talking about the main character in the queen, but
it's all right.
Else is irrelevant.
It's all right. Eli will show up. Eli will show up to make sure that nothing happens there, as he always does. So it's all good. We don't have to worry about that. But yeah. So if we get that, I'm probably gonna guess I'm the same with you two, that we're gonna get those separate chapters going on for a little bit till we get to that main divergence. I'm sure Sephiroth will show up like right at the end when they get to the Dwarven Kingdom.
We also might end up probably meeting the Dwarven Prince that split off with the party.
That is true. They're in the desert right now. The Prince looked like he was in a like forest area, so I don't know.
Forest area.
Who did? Mogi? Martin?
The other guy?
So it's hard to tell. They didn't show where everyone else landed, so I can't say. But yeah, I figured since they showed us that part, we are going to run into the Dwarven Prince at some point, or the what's his name? The I don't know if I would call him a regent or a bodyguard. The one who ran away from the prince. He might still be in the woods somewhere. So there's at least 2 people we could potentially run into, depending. So, but yeah, so good to speculate on that. I was at least happy with these few chapters we got. I'm really excited to get into some fights and see Sephiroth at his potentially full strength, what he can do. Also, YB's her plant friend apparently made a minor appearance there too. When she was
even though you know she's like, oh no, I gotta hide it. I was like, who can see you from here? I'm just curious.
Just
I was like, wait, the Demon Queen doesn't know how to like ride the monsters? I was kind of confused at that.
That was a little confusing. I didn't know if that might have been just like she's not at power, so she can't do it.
Oh, power. She can't.
Or like her plant demon friend can control the demon or something. I thought that's what they were going with, and it was like, no, we just crashed, and I was like, oh, okay. I
mean,
couldn't ride the demon was because the demon was,
He looked like he was connected to it. Like he had like
the demon was
infected it.
connected to the fucking stingray.
Yeah, it looked like he was connected or infected in
So
some way.
once it left, the demon left, it kind of lost control and realizing who he really is.
Yeah, so it may be like a primary trait for them to be able to do it. It may just not be like anyone can do this. So not 100% sure, but either way, I'll totally bypass that minor thing just to continue forward in that story. But so yeah, good times with that one chapter. Hopefully we'll get some good comments about that, at least what people liked and found funny all around with that. But we'll keep moving along here, getting over into some more funny with some 2 chapters of the legendary Moonlight Sculptor 2. So
he meets best waifu, and then he's like, let me just follow you, and then she's like, all right, I'm gonna log out. I guess this time I try to make another statue of you, and I fail again and again. But kind of doesn't fail. I don't know. He's
crafted a lot of masterpieces, but to him they're failures.
To him they're failures.
He couldn't capture her beauty, the best wife. You know what I mean?
Well, before we even say like he was following Best Waifu, it looked like he was at first he was gonna leave Best Waifu, and then she started following him because she didn't. It was an odd orc acting really weirdly, and.
Well, it's because he had food, and she was like,
Well,
food.
After she followed, he made food, and she was like, oh, okay. But then she was taking out all of the high-level monsters in the area as well, so, work for food policy here, it's all good. But after that whole thing happened, she takes off her armor piece, and he goes to grab it, and she basically looks like she's gonna kill him, and he decides, no, I'm useful. So, he fixes up all of her armor. Well, he fixes up that piece of armor, and then she makes him fix up every other bit of her armor as well. No, he does not. He does not have any say in this relationship. So I know that old boy, they basically go, and I don't even say like a full adventure, but they basically spend the day together, and he says in there that she logs out like every 4 hours. She logs out for about 2 hours and then shows back up. So they've been there for some time for him to actually make a pattern out of it. But it ends off with her back in the hospital, and I don't know if it's the doctor or one of the nurses there. I'm not sure which one. It looks like it might even be doctor. Okay. She was like reviewing the logs, and apparently she instantly like grasped who the goblin was.
She recognizes that it's weed. Like I was like, wait.
Yeah, I didn't even. Where?
There's actually a pleb who can recognize one person, but like no one else recognizes weed. But he's not a fucking orc. Like that makes no sense. I'm sorry. Like,
I was wondering what our thoughts were gonna be on that, because I figured this would trigger him slightly, just a little bit.
It's like random. I was like, wait.
Wait a minute. One person recognized this. I'm like, oh shit.
Can recognize this. You're telling me this one random person can apparently like, oh, this person's playstyle is exactly like weed. He must be weed. And I was like, wait.
She busts out the book and goes, who the fuck is this orc? Oh wait, he's in this fucking magazine.
Everyone knows there's that one obsessed fan, that massively obsessed fan, and it just happens to be the doctor. Yeah, so I knew that this would set him off at some level, because I was like, there's been, in the last couple of chapters, there's just been so much like convenience written into every bit of the story that I'm like, this is just, I feel like they're just doing this to poke fun at him specifically. Because it just
me?
Yes, just you. Like, just to mess with you.
Listen to the fucking podcast and be like, oh, here's more convenience, Chew. And like, this is undeserved.
Man, if they actually watch our podcast, I'd be amazing.
I would lose my shit if they're like, we started writing the story just to piss it off.
I wouldn't have like a huge problem with this if like we had it where we had like, like several chapters back where the doctor was actually looking over his first play video, right? His fucking 3 hour long one.
Yeah.
Right?
Video.
That fucking shit ton long video, right? If we saw that it was her, or like we find out that she was the one who we find out that she's the one who reviews things and was the one who was like who gave the too long didn't read for everyone else.
Yeah.
Right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I understand who she is, okay? But this was so thrown out there that I was like, wait. You're telling me that a doctor who we have not seen play this game at all, or like show actually any real interest in this game besides her patient playing this game, is like, wait, I can recognize this one random person, this one random orc must be this other orc who is this person. I was like, wait, how could you even make those leaps and bounds in your head? I don't know.
I mean,
you might have been that scout that watched the 19-hour video.
I mean, she's a doctor. High intelligence. She might just notice those key moments that need to be seen to put all the dots together. She's that one random character in every anime that's just like, I can explain this, but won't say shit to anybody else. Yeah. So, I mean, okay. So 2 chapters out of all of it. It was just basically, I guess, kind of wholesome moments of, getting to see Weed have to be slowed down, but basically by somebody else's own pace, someone he would not mess with. And then, in between with him doing more gathering, because essentially that's what he was doing while she was just killing things. It ends off with the doctor making the comment, though, that, what's he doing here? He's got, 24 hours left, or 2 days left until this mission that he's on ends. So I'm not sure if it will pick up with him, like, still waiting in the field, or him leaving having finished the one masterpiece when she logs back in, as he's so prone to do, and heading over to the mission. Yeah, that's why I say it. That seems to be his trademark, is, he ends up leaving a sculpture of somebody behind, and they end up finding it. But yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, I figured, like, we spent enough time at this point just doing just the random roundabout stuff. And I'm like, okay, we should probably get back to that main story mission and finish that off. Not to mention that we still have the noob swordsmen running around, doing all of their own side missions.
I kind of want to see where they go with that, to be honest. Like,
I do too. I want to see what town...
That little side bit they had for like 4 or 5 chapters of just all the swordsmen doing their own thing, building houses and getting secret quests from random NPCs, and we still have yet to go back to the master swordsman and his quest.
This is true. This is very much true. I wonder if Weed's just at the end at some point just gonna have his own basically pre-built guild because of that. I'm just guessing because of all the convenience he's been getting. It would make sense now that he's just amassed enough like random people that are in the game that he could probably just be like, oh, I'll just make my own guild now. I have enough money to do it, and I have somewhat confident, trained individuals that are willing to follow me because they know my playstyle and they know how thorough and how well I will do. So why not? But yeah, it was at least good that we got 2 chapters. Nice also one, but I definitely do want to get back into that main bit to see how that ends off and completes through. Hopefully the pace still continues to keep up with the amount of releases. We did get 1 each week, so hopefully this drought that we've had is over and we'll be back to a regular schedule.
Better. Like, it seems like the new artist
Sleepy brought up. He raised the death flag. It's gonna happen now. We're gonna have a couple weeks of hiatus again. Look at you. Why would you ever say that? Knock on wood. Why would you do that?
I don't have wood.
I mean,
what's happening right behind you over there, Bob?
That isn't real wood.
What about the ceiling fan?
Oh, come on.
There's wood in the house.
The door frame, Tommy?
It's so far. I'm not going way over there. It's so far. But okay.
The paper count as wood.
Let's not get into that argument here. We can do that somewhere else.
Is that really right? Okay.
Yeah. We won't go that far. But we will go far by moving over to our next bit of story right here, since we're going to move from one war to another. We got Peerless Dad coming in hot.
Okay, so what happened to the Seraph now?
Okay, everyone's just DCing randomly. It's all right. I just roll with it. I'll work with this. But Peerless Dad. Started off on our last one with him getting into the mission.
Yep.
Was sent out, met up with the main, I don't know if it was the commander or the general of the area. got
He's the guy on the front line.
He's the guy on the front lines, but he's essentially the main person. But he got the medallion basically stating, "Hey, I am head in charge, and I have authority to command wherever he goes to any other personnel." And he's basically given the mission to go find the kids.
Yes.
So we are now in the middle of the mission to go find the kids. It does not look good.
No, it does not.
Holy crap! This story has always been set up to be like somewhat tense, but like there's always that undertone of we know that the hero is going to get there to potentially do good and save the day. Okay. Let's remember that this is taking place in some feudal times and innocence does die. So yeah, so he makes it at least to one clearing, and there's just bodies everywhere, both of some of the guards and some of the kids just completely strewn about. And he just sees that, and that's when he gets ambushed by it wasn't the 12 swords, it was the other group that's supposedly behind this. They ambush him and he just loses it and just murders everybody in that group. Just everyone goes down. But the sad bit comes up when he finds one of the kids is still alive.
You mean barely kind of alive?
He's still alive, but it's pretty much fatal. He's pretty much done. He's at the door.
He's on death's step right now.
Yeah. And he finds one kid alive, hurt, but he finds him, and then he finds another one who's just basically on death's door, and he does the thing. Yeah, I was not expecting him to like go into that territory at all. But
in the territory because like even though he found one kid alive, there were other kids that did not survive. Like, oh, we walked into the realm of just dead kids. Cool. All right.
Yeah. So
66.
Some do not survive being a tiny one. No changelings will live. Yeah, so he basically puts the kid out of his mercy and gives the kid mercy, and he notices he doesn't find Bung Ho in the group. You know, he's not there, so he basically determines that they're still out there, that they have gotten away, or that they at least split the party up, and he heads into the forest with the one kid strapped on his back, and from there he does manage to meet up with the whole group
of all the kids
and the remaining guards that they have.
No instructors though, sadly.
Well, none of the teacher instructors, but the secret group that's with them is protecting them, as well as whatever orders they have, because he basically says that he's going to be there to be the new leader, and he asks him what group or what regiment he's with, and he tells him, "I can't tell you," and that's when he pulls out the medallion and shows him, and he goes, "All right, just tell me everything, because I have full authority." But he does basically go, "All right, so the mission now is get the kids down the mountain," but he's got such a large group of them, and all of them are hurt in some way or another, that they're moving incredibly slow, that it's going to take them some time to get out of it all. So yeah, I don't want to say that I see more kids potentially biting it here, because
as long as Bong doesn't die, I guess we're fine.
That's kind of, I mean,
if he does get hurt, shit's going to go down real fast.
But Warrior No is already hurting because of his inner chi, as we saw in that one.
Yeah, he was
going in extreme pain. Everything is going all over the place for him right now.
Yeah, it seems like he's had some.
Yeah, we're gonna have it where he's gonna have a breakthrough.
He's probably gonna have the breakthrough. That's what I'm thinking. That's what the setup is. Is that he's getting the inner pain, and it's because of the blockage for chi. And now we've also got this emotional bit with Bong being hurt and all these other kids that he's probably gonna unleash come the next couple of chapters and just go all out. Yeah, so I will say I will look forward to that if that does come to fruition. But I'm kind of wondering if we're at least gonna get like the head leader that's gonna show up, like of the 12 swords that started this whole thing, is gonna be the one to like actually pull it, bring it out of him. But yeah, I just wanted to be. I was just happy and excited, but like really shocked that they went this way with the chapters, because it's been so happy-go-lucky for so long, and like really light and kind of breezy for everything, and then just this sharp decline into darkness for a little bit for now. But at the end of the chapter, we did get a little meet up with the kids as well, and I'm guessing that this is just a playoff or a one-off thing, that nothing's going to come for it. But the two sons make a comment about going out and finding dad, because they're strong now, and also they make the comment that all the masters are missing too. So everyone in the association, all the heads, are not in at least in the city. They're out protecting. So this is enough of a threat that everyone had to get out and do their duty.
This is war.
Yes, we're in full out war. So
give it a second.
Yeah. Do we
gonna have Warrior No and potentially Toad and Uncle Ock go absolutely ham to try and protect?
So no, but that's the thing that I question. Do you see this getting to the point where the story, for at least for now, would just be him getting the kids back either to the base where they have all of the soldiers, and him unlocking his inner chi, and then the other part being where like the war actually makes it home, and you know Ock and the rest of the group have to essentially guard the city.
You look
Turn on the
good.
lights. Yay, lights! Because I was like blending into the darkness at some point.
Oh, but you look so great in the darkness. Darkness
You know
is
what?
I
know
know
it's
what.
my friend.
I do know what. Do you know who?
What?
Exactly.
You know what? This is really red.
It is red. It looks more like you're about to perform a murder scene. That's what it kind of looks like.
You know what? We should use this for something else next time too.
Oh God, I kind of want to put like the Kill Bill like music on, and this is yeah, there it is. But I was asking, I was asking Seraph down there if he sees that's where the story's going, with now just getting the kids back to the same base, but the war actually spills back home, and we get to see Ock and them have to defend the city.
That's a long trip home.
It is a bit of a trip. I mean, I think she said it was 2 days by horse.
Yeah, unless they sent soldiers in advance already.
I mean, I don't know how far they planned ahead, but we also know that that with now out of the city, he's also got people still after the kids. We know the two twins are looking to get in. We know that the one kid's dad is now taken upon himself to make himself involved with getting the kids. None of the masters are around, so this makes a perfect opportunity for them to be ambushed and taken. And the only people that are around are Uncle and the old family friends.
Yeah. Uncle, Toad, can't forget about the old dude.
I don't know if the old dude's still there. We haven't seen him.
More than likely he is.
More than likely, but at the same time, if war gets called and...
But not a lot of people know who he is.
This is true, but I figure he may do that like extra duty of just like, I'll protect the borders or take out key targets to make sure that they don't get closer.
Are we talking about?
We're talking about we're talking. No.
Who taught the little girl?
The daughter's master.
Oh yeah.
So like, it'd be tight to see him, stick around to protect the kids if needed, or Uncle Ock, because Uncle Ock being,
some monster in disguise.
Yeah, he's a monster.
I mean, we know Uncle Ock is a monster in disguise.
I know we know that Monk is a monster in disguise. But yeah, I'm just wondering if like with the way
Look,
that
I figured it out.
Hey, look at that.
Looks solid, my guy.
That's much better. Yeah, but I'm just wondering like with that, do you see that might be where the chapter could go, or like what you see from some of this? I mean, because we can already guess that now it's gonna get a power boost here coming up.
I mean, it could end up being like they end up asking for help from the rest of the old mercenary group.
It could be. I definitely could see that, because they would want to bolster up the troops. Not to mention, all of the first-rate warriors are out with now, so he's got none of the old buddies back home to protect the homestead. I'm sure they have city guards around the area and they keep that protected, but still, when you know you've got very specific targets, it's better to send in assassins or, you know, someone who can work under dark to take care of things. Not to mention, we've also got, man, how funny and how great would that be, since I know we haven't had too many like super badass female characters. I've had quite a few of them, but what if we found out like some bad guys show up and Nanny is like a master? Like someone chose to show up to take the kids and Nanny's just like, fuck this.
Oh, like she was hiding skills too at some point. I guess.
Why would it not?
Everyone's hiding skills somewhere, right?
I mean, the old man.
This whole manual has been hiding skills.
I mean, the old man is secretly, you know, half a demigod. Why not? Why not have Nanny be like?
He never lied though. He told everyone the truth. No one just believed him though. That's the difference.
Regardless, come on. You telling the truth in a facetious manner is still you lying. You're just doing it in a very covert kind of way. That's all it is. But no, it would just be funny, you know, to see her just like break out and just be like, "Oh no, you took my one son. You're not taking any of these kids." It would just be funny to see that. I would like that a lot, and it would fit within, you know, the way that this is kind of developed out, with everyone being like a master in some way. But yeah, so definitely a tense chapter all the way leading up. Yeah, I am looking forward to these next bits. We have not gotten a break on this one either yet, so do we think that this might also be leading up to a potential
the end of a season?
End of a season? Because we're at what, 127
stuff at some point, dude.
Yeah, we're at 127 chapters right now with no break so far.
It's either after the kids are rescued or maybe after some sort of like war event, but who knows? Maybe.
But I just figured that it seems like it's building up to that real like boiling point where you're like, okay, now you can just take a break, because this seems like a good way to end it.
Absolutely heated right now, just like when Noah's kids got kidnapped and he went absolutely berserk.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the most heated moments I've seen in this webtoon.
Mm-hmm. That was probably
that's what I think, at least.
I would definitely agree. That was probably one of the most hot, just straight up fire moments that was happening. And this seems like this is tending towards that same kind of thing, where, you know, something really bad could happen. But
instead we're going to have Warrior No be incredibly much stronger.
Yes, very much so.
Like tanking all the hits, he'll actually just be blowing through them all like it's nothing.
Oh yeah. I am definitely looking forward to that. Very much so. But we'll keep moving along here into our next one, so we don't get too tied up on one thing, because we already got one person heated and we got another one running up some stairs right now to go kill some people, and that's over with Sweet Home. So the plan is still underway. They're still trying to make it off of the top of the roof of the building to a nearby mountain. The group has made it up the stairs now, and our homeboy with the half monster, I don't know why I keep forgetting to say the split personality. Thank you. Jesus, why am I so bad at that? Yeah, he took on the flying beast, and he actually took it down. He basically made a shotgun or a gun out of his arm.
He pulled that Luffy.
Yep.
King Kong gun. You know.
But it looks like he got a lot of the recoil back from it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that had to fucking hurt.
Yeah. So, but he made it up. He made the area at least safe, but not entirely, because the group's up, but they've got a whole legion of bad coming up their way behind him. And Jisoo decided to take it upon herself to run back to her apartment and basically just sacrifice herself by playing her guitar or her bass. So we opened up with this chapter with her basically getting ready to play her last concert and her freaking out a little bit. And then all of a sudden she starts playing.
All the monsters
just hear it instantly. And they just start mad dashing to her door. And right at that moment, we got the guides downstairs making their way up, and they hear the music as well as the people on the top. And we just see that panel of homeboy just like go low, you completely lose the eyes, and then you just see like the vein lines start to appear, and I'm like, oh shit, he's fully monsterizing now. And then it's just next panel is him gone, and you just see like each of the steps, and they're just cracked as he's like running up the stairs. So I'm hoping in the next one we get to see just full monster him, just straight up crazed out essentially before they get taken out, or if one of them is heading up to the top. But yeah, so what do we got? That was a weird flash.
Just turned on more lights.
Oh, okay.
More lights.
More lighting. So from these, what we got 2 chapters in this one. From these chapters, what do y'all see? At least what do y'all see coming up here? We got the big fight scene, save and rescue, or do we think Jisoo's still gonna bite it?
I think we're a big fight scene, save and rescue from Hyun, but knowing the story, he's gonna get there, beat some ass, but Jisoo's dead.
That's what I'm wondering.
No. I feel like it's too much of a cop out for her to die, because we have too many deaths. Because if we lose too many characters, then there's no tension to have like 2 people dying later on too. I'm just saying.
I mean, this is why we get more characters. This is where we're using Walking Dead tactics in this one.
Oh, that's how you lose interest, because like I was so invested in this one character.
Well, that just teaches you never to get invested in any character. Everyone's expendable.
Okay, it's not. I don't think she's gonna die.
You don't think she's gonna die?
Not to this event.
Okay, what if you think she gets hurt enough, and the one thing that he does to try and save her is like, you need to monsterize? What if you think that happens instead?
I'd be fine with that.
Okay, you'd be fine with that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, even then, if that were to occur, do you think the rest of the group's going to be any more happier or uneasy that now they have, what, 3 or 4 different people?
There's a fucking psychopathic bitch there who, like, randomly stabs people because she thinks that people should die. It's fine, whatever.
Throw her off the fucking roof!
Oh, why?
You don't even. Okay, so like, morally speaking, yes, I don't think you should probably kill people, but there's a certain point where there's a line draw where you're like, you know what? We're not going to kill you, but we're just not going to like help you either, though. Like, you go the opposite direction.
You're on your own survival.
Oh, hey.
You take your own road and you figure out if you'll survive on that or not, kind of thing. I mean, they haven't done it to her yet, and she's already tried to kill what? 2 of the people that are still on the roof alive right now, or just the one girl, because the other guy she did kill, if I'm correct. She cut one homeboy who did transform. So not everyone knows what she's done, but I'm sure they're all more than happily suspicious of her. But yeah, so Jisoo, either we got Seraph's idea, Jisoo dies after heroic rescue, or with Arc, Jisoo lives, but I'm adding in that she gets fatally wounded and has to monsterize in order to live. Potentially, either way.
I don't think she's going to monsterize, but I'd be fine with that development, I'm saying.
You'd be fine with that development?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that is...
Because, we're going to get to the point where everyone's just like, guys, it's like Attack on Titans now. In order to fight the Titans, you must become the Titan.
I mean, yeah, it could just be that. Granted, we also still have the true humans walking around, too. So I don't know if that may come into play in any way, shape, or form. I'd like to actually see them, like, either most of the monsters get beat up, and then, he's on Jisoo's doorstep, and she saves her, and then the true human, like, appears or something. And they either, like, lay down a new doctrine or some other new weird shit about, like, their plan or what they're trying to do. Either way. That would be good to see for me overall. But, yeah, so... I'd say, I don't know, maybe a few more chapters left before we make it off the roof. Or do we see the plan just going horribly wrong? In any way.
I want to say it goes horribly wrong.
I was just gonna say that because they're making it out of clothes.
Yes.
Blanket.
Uh-huh. Now, what if it's good and it works and it only goes horribly wrong when what's her name's on it?
No, I think it's gonna go horribly wrong when the kids are crossing it.
Oh,
If you've only seen this in movies.
that's definitely a likely
Because
scenario.
we have the kids there, and I feel like everyone reading is invested with the kids, and I feel like it would end up being like the kids are crossing and it like fails somewhere in the middle or something like that. Yeah.
I could definitely see it being.
Or no. One of the kids survive and they cross, and the other one fails in the middle. That's what's gonna happen.
There we go.
I'd take my chances with a 100-pound fishing line than fucking
Clothes and blankets. Come on. I mean, there's so many like old school cartoons and old school movies where you see kids and other people like sneaking out of places using nothing but blankets and like pillows and sheets and covers.
zip line, dog.
It's sturdy enough, I'm sure.
To go across. Oh, fucking it is so slippery.
I mean, hey, when you've got no other plan, every plan is a good idea, I guess. It really doesn't matter. Oh, but yeah, so tension's still high and boiling all over on that one. Man, I liked reading the comments on that just right away, right after the, because I didn't read ahead, but right away when it goes to black, when we see Homeboy running towards there, and everyone's just like, don't cut off when Jisoo might die. Please keep going. And I'm just like, yeah, this is where it would cut. They gotta hold that tension in just a little bit more. But we should see within next week in the next chapter, well, actually this week, I think probably Thursday or Friday, what happens, and hopefully we'll get a nice big panel. I'll definitely probably end up posting that one when we drop that. But good story all around so far. Still keeping that high tension, high energy all the way. But we'll keep moving along here into our next one for some more energy. Actually, a little less energy. We're going to bring it down, get it in the wholesome levels. We're going to go see the Dark Lady himself, actually. Dark's back.
Kind of, yes.
Well, Dark has his half back. He says he's got most of his memories back. But before we go that far, we got more. We had more panels of wholesome time with Lord Otarius. Him teaching Dark how to cook, teaching Dark how to sew, and teaching Dark basic magic.
Yes.
All the things you need to be a strong, independent lady in this world. But during that, we get another confrontation or more or less meeting of the Spirit in the Gem and Artorias. And this is specifically where, of course, he tells Artorias of what his plan is, or her plan, what they want to do. And basically, it's Ra's al Ghul's plan. They want to kill half of humanity. Because... Yes. Why is that just seemingly just so much the thing that everybody wants to do now? just I don't want to kill everybody. I just want to kill half of everybody. I mean, they're not doing it because of balance, at least.
No, it's fine.
This is more like a noticeable punishment.
Yeah, it's the God's way of the punishment. Right? He's like, no. Humans have crossed a certain line, and it's time to just like wipe them out. Just wipe half of them out and press the reset button. It's
let them know why this is happening, what they did wrong, and what they won't do again. And there we go. Everyone learns a good lesson, and we all get back to it. Yeah. So we get that little proclamation, but then we're instantly told by Artorias that there are other Spirit Kings, and they will not let that happen. Ifrit.
Yeah, half of the Spirit Kings will probably oppose him, but we don't really know if they will because they haven't met Dark. They just might oppose the plan that Naiad is putting up.
Well, we don't know how much Dark fits into it just yet.
Yeah.
We know that they want to use Dark, but we don't know where. And you said that, yeah. Ifrit would just straight up oppose. One of the other ones, she said, doesn't care. he wouldn't agree. They wouldn't agree to it, but they're not going to care or do anything. And then the last one, she said she could take on her own.
Yep.
So she seemingly has a
plan. You gotta think about Dark. Will Dark go for it at all? Like, I get that she's trying to use him, trying to take over him, but for somebody as powerful as Dark, you can't really do that.
Well, I mean, it depends what you could potentially tempt him with. I mean, if you tell him, "Hey, I can give you back your normal body. All you got to do is this."
But he wants to go home.
I mean, they may do both. And who better to get that from than between a sorcerer who had no idea how powerful a spell was and an actual spirit god that has enough power to basically harm Dark, if not more.
If Dark was in his old form, he would.
I don't know. I don't know. He was in berserk form, and Leratorius just made him go to sleep like this. So
yes, but he used like a mind wiping technique, not like an actual like B will stop you technique. Yeah, whatever. It still stops.
I mean, it still stops. He puts him in a state where it's like, I'm vulnerable.
Before Dark transformed and all this was going on, you think that would happen?
If what?
Because when Dark changed into a girl, all of his levels just went to 0.
This is true.
But I'm saying, like, when he was like in his prime, like when he was still, in his original form.
I mean, all this
is gonna happen. You think it would have went down like that? Oh, hell no.
It's possible. I mean, remember the one person that he equaled out with that he said would probably be in a match for him was the Elf King, and I'm gonna say that the dragon is stronger than the Elf King. I would probably agree to that. Enough that they all stay away from each other. Yeah, I would believe he might be a little stronger. So, just say it. But, yeah.
Because they could destroy the whole world just for one fight.
I mean, we've seen Maid Dragon. We know how they like to play. So, it's like how it is. This is
don't worry about me. I'm just spewing nonsense.
This is just us tangling. Whatever. But, yeah. So,
we get the important part of we find out a bit of Dark's background.
Yes, we get to the part where Dark actually does state that he's regained some of his memories, and we go basically back into his past. Yes, flashback, all the way back to him as a kid. And so I've been reading a lot of new Cultivator stories, and a lot of them seem to have the exact same start for all their demonic characters. They're all kids who are stolen and basically pulled into a cult and just, all right, train, okay? Kill everyone that's your friend now.
Yeah,
you are now the...
So if you've read Naruto and you've watched Naruto the first time, this is the training they did for the village in the rain or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The rain village. Yeah.
Yes.
It's the same thing. It's the same technique. You take a bunch of them, you train them, and then only the most powerful can come out. That's basically how it is.
Yes.
It's kind of like how the Diamond Kingdom and Black Clover does it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We're train all of you, not fight.
Yeah.
Or
only one is worthy.
Only one.
Yeah, or like the Hidden Mist village where Zabuza had to kill everybody.
There we go, Hidden Mist.
There we go. Yes. So very Spartan-esque training styles here. And as we already could tell, Dark was the only survivor for his group. And yeah, so we get more of a little bit of a psyche peak for him, the idea of, because essentially what this training was supposed to do, not only just weeding out just the strongest person, but it was also supposed to be a training lesson for, what was it called? The powerful and the art of lonely.
Yeah, you can't be strong if you're reliant on other people.
If you have bonds or reliance on others.
Yeah, it's because it's considered a weakness, because if someone weaker than you is attacked, then what are you gonna do? You can't be a demonic cultivator and actually care about other people, because you end up creating an inner demon for yourself. It's what it is, basically. It becomes your troubles, your worries, oh hey, this is what I am worried about. I am worried of losing this person, and that becomes a problem.
Now, so that makes me wonder if this whole thing with him teaching Dark and him questioning certain things, is this going to be basically him teaching to find like a light demonic master in some way, one who doesn't have to rely on the art of lonely to become powerful?
No, I think it's just going to end up having him realize that, hey, maybe you don't have to be lonely. But unfortunately, the Golden Dragon kind of like reaffirms that, oh no, I've been lonely my entire life.
Exactly, which is kind of funny because it's like, yeah, you do the exact same thing in order to be as powerful as you are. So, you know, this weird, like, not like a Hippocratic oath, but like just this weird double-edged sword of like, well, I did the same thing, and you know,
it was nice to have a daughter for a change, but the truth is, it is lonely at the top, is what it is.
Yes, it is extremely lonely at the top. Now, granted, being a natural dragon, he's already powerful, and he could go out and have other people to care for and not really worry too much about, you know, him being taken down by a lesser being.
No, but he also is like basically immortal and doesn't want to.
Well, that and he doesn't want to. He doesn't have to want to deal with the sadness of everyone I care about will die because I will live for an infinite amount of time. So just always having to go through that. But you know, with Dark and with a lot of other people that end up becoming powerful, one of the key things that they learn right away is immortality. It's like the very first step. So, you know, with Dark, we've even seen before that he's had like a tiny bit of a soft spot for like weaker kids in the past, because there was another flashback where we see him talking to a little girl that was like, I don't know if she like came out of a battlefield or something, but he kind of like took pity on her. So it's not the first time, but to now actually get to that main root of why he is like how he is because of this training. And if him seeing another individual who didn't go through the same training but basically works through the same practices that he does, where I am strong and therefore I must be alone, you know, will that change Dark's mind to, you know, not follow that path of I don't technically need to be alone and still cannot be powerful? Granted, he's made friends he's got some friends who are seemingly long-lived. I mean, that Elf King is thousands of years old too. You know, he's quite a bit old, so he's got some people he could, you know, go to and talk about shit with. But yeah, so a surprising like a surprising look chapter into like a different side of Dark than what we've normally been used to seeing a lot of the times. I figured that really that we were gonna get like the wholesome, and then just like snap, he'd like instantly get all his memories back. And
no, because we've also seen like how even though Dark doesn't like actually create bonds with people, he has a sense of loyalty. If
he does have a sense of loyalty,
yeah, he has at least enough sense of loyalty to be like, hey, you haven't backstabbed me yet, so I won't backstab you. Kind of like with the mercenaries, he treated them with respect, even though he knew they were like actually beneath him, like in terms of power. He never actually down on anyone, really.
I would argue that. I would definitely argue that, because the very first time he kind of saw them, he called them all kids. It's like, okay, I don't want to deal with these kids.
He at least gives them enough respect.
He gives them enough respect because,
like, oh, I have a sense of loyalty. Like, if something happens, that's why he was like, oh, I will make you guys basically the retainers of my barony, right? Yeah. So
he made them retainers because he wanted some other people that he could trust with, for sure. Yes. But I figured that, you know, he has some level of loyalty, but more or less in the beginning he was just, I'm using you to get around because I don't know the world as well, and this is what we're for. We don't have like a loyalty, but like a mutual understanding of like, I can help you get here, but you can also help me learn more. So this is how it kind of splits off. But as time went on, he did kind of develop of, you know, okay, I can trust you even when I was once more powerful than all of you. I am at my weakest and you're still willing to help me. You know, he's kind of grown into that loyalty angle. But yeah, so I mean, this and that I think is just a slight bit difference, just because, you know, he's questioning not only like his training, but like his moral bringing to this level. Whereas before, everything was more like, you know, a deal. I'll do you do this for me, I'll do this for you, and that's, you know, we keep it basically, you know, thieves code kind of thing more than anything. Whereas this is kind of like, I'm trusting you, but I don't know if you're going to betray me or not. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. He maybe I don't know if this is like going to change his entire outlook. He'll come back and maybe not be as much of an asshole on some things, especially to his.
Oh, I think he's going to remain an asshole.
I don't know if he'll completely remain an asshole. Like
he'll just be like, oh, I'm just now that lovable asshole.
No. If only maybe his beast maid will get some love. I'm sure.
I mean, she's loyal, and he definitely appreciates her.
I mean, it's not even so much he's loyal. She's basically like retainer to him, almost. She sees him as, you know, God, I would say. But either way, yeah. So nice, wholesome chapters. Good applause for a round on this one. I did enjoy that all the way around. Hopefully, with the next one, we'll get either a full recovery for memory and maybe him returning back to the kingdom. I don't know how long it's actually been that he's been gone. I'd actually like to see what's going on back in the kingdom, since when we left, they were still detaining people. Well, they were not only in siege, they were detaining people. We still have the Gosu and the element. Was she an elementalist or a specialist or spiritualist?
Spiritualist.
Thank you. Yeah, they were in the castle, so I don't know if they've been released and what's going on with them there. Yeah. So,
I mean, as far as we tell, he's been with Andrea for like
a couple days,
months.
Is it
right?
been months? I don't know.
I think they made mention to like months or something, right?
Okay, I
don't know.
didn't see like time pass. Like that's the thing. I didn't see anything like mention like actual time passing. I figured that, you know, just between the lessons he's giving him, it's going to take more than a few days for him to catch on. So that was my idea. It's like maybe it's been a few weeks, maybe a month. Not 100% all around on that, but either way, hopefully within the next one we'll get a little bit more light on where everything is at and what we'll be going forward with. But yeah, so I'm gonna say let's go ahead and we'll move on to our last one here with some good old classic fun in the Class Trash Hero. So,
the war is technically averted.
Is the war technically averted?
Yeah, because, you know, like
peace treaty.
Yeah, there's like a treaty kind of, and it's like
just incredible demands.
Yeah, so technically diplomacy worked, I guess.
If diplomacy has the word hostage under it.
Yes. That's why I put quotes around it and said more so of a kidnapping and this is a ransom.
Yeah, So I'm already calling that this is a failure.
They form a crew with the Satan's?
Well, yeah. So they
from a different kingdom in general.
So I mean, like, he poisons the mermaid princess. He basically just completely shits on Hero B's plan until the princess tells him that there is a way to make rain basically come from the sky when you need, and that's
just requires a gigantic catfish.
This gigantic god catfish. And the mermaids have been down in the lake basically constantly singing a song to keep it asleep. Now, the thing that I was confused by is that the reason that the lake even appeared in the first place was because the fish showed up and then brought the rains, which drowned the city that was there. But now they're telling us if they stop the song and kill the fish, it will bring the rains?
No. If they let the fish rampage for a little bit so that there'll be rain, they could hopefully control it and knock it out before it floods everything.
I see. So that's
the plan, and the plan that sounds like it's gonna go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, that does.
Absolutely as wrong.
Hero here is level 3. I am level 1, and we can stop this fucking catfish god. Apparently,
that's level like 100,000. I am so confused, but at the same time, I am so intrigued.
I mean, I know that his plan involves watching the second hero to just get like take it in the face and be like, see, this is what happens when we do it your way. When we could have just done it my way and we've been fine.
This is what happens when you try to be a good person.
This is what happens when you don't listen.
Oh.
I told you so is what it is. So,
the MC can theoretically probably just poison the gigantic.
Yeah,
cat.
like he probably can deal with it. It'd be perfectly fine.
Even at level 1, he can deal with it.
I mean, he could easily take out the princess at her level, and he's level 1. So yeah, I pretty much think almost nothing in the world outside of the Demon King or a god could basically really battle him down. So
running to go back home.
Yeah, so this plan is so just all over the place and ass backwards, and I know he's just doing it to like more or less in spite of it, but he's doing it more so that he's hopefully raising a death flag to kill Hero B. He's just trying to get Sig killed. Not to mention he probably also wants the mermaid princess dead because he doesn't like her.
Again, I'm still wondering what she did in the first time around.
We don't know. It seems like at this point he's just got a personal vendetta on everybody in some way. Like everyone's rubbed him.
Personal vendetta.
Yeah,
all of them.
Like almost no one we've come across has he at all been like, this is great, outside of Master Mookhyang. That's the only person he's been grateful for. Everyone else he's been like, oh god, why are they here? Or they've been a burden to him in some manner. Yeah, so I see the plan going off. I don't see Sig dying, but I probably see the Saintess or the princess getting killed because of this, if not just the queen. If anything, I see the queen getting killed and then the princess taking over and declaring war then again because of it. That's kind of what I think might happen, just because both her and the queen do not trust him at all, and he's basically made completely, well, they've been unreasonable demands for her, but the one knight said they were reasonable, which I do not believe at all. Yeah, so I don't know how much longer he's gonna have on this run. It seems like he's pretty much got the kingdom already under his thumb entirely, with the cult order basically controlling everything. It's just the drought now that he's taking care of, and I mean, he technically at any point, like you said, he could just go run and kill the Demon King whenever he wants.
Yeah, he could go and kill the Demon King whenever he wants.
He could literally just go from level 1, walk up in there and be like, huzzah!
Yeah.
I have killed them and I'm going home. Goodbye.
Yeah, he could just deal with it whenever he wants.
He could do that the very first day and just laugh. Not have to talk to anybody. Not have
none
to deal
of
with that
the demons could have even like fight against him. He could just like he wouldn't even have to honestly even kill anyone. He literally walks in, just poisons everyone, so they're all crippled and paralyzed, and then walks up to the Demon King and be like, let me just breathe on you for a sec, bro. Here, let me show you what COVID-19 is.
Oh,
yeah, that's literally what it is.
Oh.
We get demonetized.
And we're done. Perfect. That's that. We just got pulled all the way down to the charts. Oh man. I mean, yes, that is essentially what he could do. The plan is fairly easy to set off with. So, so how badly do we see this entire plan going? Just
he's gonna end up killing the catfish.
He's gonna kill the catfish before anything gets solved.
Poisons the lake somehow.
That's actually pretty plausible.
And then mermaids die, war breaks out, life is over. And he fails again.
Wouldn't that be great if he failed because he started a war? Just like, you brought a war, you fail.
That's how I see it going down.
I mean, nothing of his plan ever seems to work quite the way that he expects it to, even for how efficient he seems to believe he set everything up. But yeah, I can clearly guess that he ended off with saying that this is be the flag to kill Sig. The only thing that would make it only make it funnier to the whole thing happening is that he allows this to go off, hoping that it kills Sig or at least takes out some people, and somehow Sig completely pulls out and levels up a shit ton, which then throws off the curve. So now the Demon King is technically stronger too, and it just fucks everything up for him.
I don't know how it works, because it could end up being like a bell curve where he's like,
I mean,
a mean between the two. Who knows how it works? It could be an effect where it just only is effective when only one hero faces him. Who knows? So
who knows? But I mean, it'd just be funny to see him like to go through all of this for his plan, and then just like
absolutely
it completely like backfire because of something stupid like this. Like him just gaining the hero one of the Sig gaining just a random ability because it's a video game, Deus Ex out of nowhere, or the professor of morals appears and basically tells him if he doesn't help, she'll like instantly fail him or something.
He has to run it again.
Yeah, just I see so many. I can see so many things just like throwing over this, because everything he does seems to come with like a huge albatross right away. No matter how well or how better he thinks he's planning it out, it's just instantly in like a darker zone that it's like you're gonna fail. It just matters how hard you're gonna fail.
You can see it happening as the catfish takes a liking to him because of his double S demon rank.
That could be one idea. Yes, triple S demon rank.
Triple S demon rank. With a rank like that, pretty much any creature will probably run away.
Probably.
I'll be like,
yep, just bow to him. all of those seem like likely possibilities for how it is.
Catfish. We got a god of a demon on our hands. That's even a higher rank than a demon king at this point. And the catfish, because like at the ending panel, catfish just looks directly at him. And he goes, I got a bad feeling about this.
This is not working the way I thought it would at all. But yeah, so we'll have to see where that next chapter leads us, or the next couple of chapters will lead us for our trash hero right now, since it's up in the air exactly how this is going to fail out for him, but I can pretty much clearly guess it's going to fail for him in some way.
That's the whole point of this story, right? Like somehow he fails every single time. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's just how funny they can come up with it. But that actually does bring us to the end of all of our reviews for this week. We got through all of them. Unfortunately, Inso's Law did not have a chapter in these 2 weeks that we were out. They may be taking a small break, not sure, or Scans
we're just gonna come back up with like 5 chapters.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, 5-6 chapters just drop out of nowhere. But yeah, so definitely we'll keep it locked in here so you can hear more of us for coming later chapters. I know we've been in talks with getting in some new books here for a little bit. We're going to have some more recommendations coming out here pretty soon. And I believe Seraph and I are working on trying to get some read-through set up as well, because on our Twitch channel, because we have a ton of things to run through, and I know we just have no time in the day to get through all of them. But
we're also working on the Discord channel so we can all talk about WEBTOONs and have a good time together, hang out.
Oh yeah. And we got quite a few things that came up, and if you saw from last week, we had a panel with all of our friends, not to mention just from the Project Manga housing. We got it's Dancho, right? Dancho, thank you. Just a Dancho. We got the Hunter Associations. We all got together and did a mangas versus webtoons panel there. If you want to go ahead and check that out. We did run a charity during that time too, and we're happy to announce that collectively all together we raised just a little under $2,600 for both COVID and Black Lives Matters movement. That was a huge win. Thanks to everyone out there who donated to that, for sure.
Really appreciate that, guys.
That was huge. Huge. And if you didn't notice during that panel, we also got a nice loving surprise from Rack Dragoon over there in his little costume.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, it was some fun times.
You know what? I was the only one who cosplayed, and none of you guys did. I'm so sad. You guys, you all fail at going to cons. See, this is what's going on.
Do I look like I got money for cosplays, dog?
I mean, all of my cosplays are a little too bulky, and I don't want to sit in a bulky thing in this chair and try and talk. That sounds like way too much for me. Next time.
So face paint on or something. Gosh, it wasn't that hard.
We're sorry that you put so much effort into your costume and none of us did. We'll try better next time for your sake, okay?
Yes.
There's no thing where we all cosplay as characters from WEBTOON.
Oh boy, I look forward to that in so many ways. All right, screw you too. But anyway, yeah, definitely keep it locked here. Come back. We love having you all here. Definitely hit us up in the chats below, in the comments. Let us know how we're doing, what you're feeling, what you're reading for sure, because we'll definitely want to take a look and interest in the cities. But with all of that having been said, I'm going to let Seraph give us a final closeout.
Thank you guys very much for making it this far and for watching this episode 13 of our podcast. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like down below. If you guys really enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell right somewhere over there. Oh wait.
There.
Somewhere down there.
It's over there. You got it. It's over there. It's over there. You're good.
With us, make sure to follow us on Twitter. We have a Facebook group going on and our Facebook page. We have our Anchor. We have our Spotify, Apple Play Music. We're pretty much on all podcast platforms, and including this YouTube right here. So it's all going to be down below in all my links. And we said earlier, we're working on Twitch so we can have our read-throughs going on, and we are also working on the Discord to make sure it's going to be popping.
Oh yes.
So make sure you look out for that.
Yes. All right, let's go ahead and let's roll us out here. I am, of course, your host and your boy, the master of nap fu, sleeping.
It's your boy.
All right, go away.
That's Seraph, and that guy, thing, eel over there. That's ours. All right, everyone, take it easy out there.